Hello, hello. Long time no see. Welcome back to the stream. Let me just set everything up and I will begin. Yeah, so finally decided to try Odin after everybody was asking. Hello, Charles Burry. Nice to see you. Yeah, I just noticed that when I was setting up my Twitch, I noticed that the last thing I streamed was GMTK Jam, which was in August. Man, I haven't streamed in 2 months. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been super busy in the meantime. With my work and also with yeah, I even organized the game jam 2 or 3 weeks ago for Ludum Dare, which went really well. So anyway, let's just see. Okay, let me open Twitch so I can see on my phone. Okay, there we go. Odin looks comfy, easy to read. Okay, let's find out. So, yeah, actually, give me one more minute. Give me one more minute. Did I miss something? Projects. Okay. Oh my god, I have 10 gigabytes free on my on my laptop drive. I hope it's going to be enough for this stream. Okay, so I don't have to clean up. I was doing some Godot development this week with yugodot. Maybe you have seen it. Yeah, maybe I should talk about it as well. Let me prepare this. Okay. Yeah. So, let me start. Hello, everybody. Oh, I didn't even make a to-do or anything. Well, I'm not going to do any to-dos. Okay, so yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today we're gonna do some Odin. Well, I have not got Odin installed or anything, so I'm just gonna Google for it. Oh, well, I already visited the site, obviously, a few days ago. But yeah, Odin is a relatively new language, which is like aims to be the C successor, sort of. Very, very similar to what Zig is also trying to do, which I already did before, which is why I have this, big Z on the right. Because yeah, I thought that Zig is going to replace, C and C++, but maybe Odin is going to. No, I don't know. I still love Zig. So I think that this whole thing is just going to be about comparing Odin and Zig, probably. Because I'm very used to Zig now. I've been using it for more than a year and started rewriting my engine in it as well. So, but let's see. Let's try Odin because everybody has been asking. Have you tried Odin? Do you like it? Well, I have no idea. I haven't even looked into it. I did read a few things about Odin that some of the differences are, but I haven't really tried it in real life. So, okay, so how does it even work? Programming done right. Odin is a general purpose programming language, distinct typing, built for high performance. Okay, we know that. Data oriented programming. That's the buzzword. Simplicity, high performance, modern systems. joy of programming. So basically the same thing as Zig. No, okay, let's not compare it to Zig so early. Okay, so Odin in production. Yes, I know that Embergen is using Odin, and this is basically the only thing they always talk about. So I'm not actually sure. Is Jenga FX related to Odin in any way, or is it just like a random third-party company that uses Odin by chance, or is Ginger Bill, the creator, related to Jenga? I never understood this because they really tightly promote Jenga with Odin as well, which is a bit surprising. Also, like they even have this map of companies which use products by Jenga FX on the Odin site. So I have no idea if that makes me think that the language is made for this company, or yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and oh, there is something else actually. What is this? Chia aha can help your factory flow questions. Okay, maybe this is also something else. Anyway, compared to C# also, or is C# dead for you? It's not dead. I mean, C# is but to be honest, I'm using C# in Unity, so that's the reason why I'm using C#. It's not because I love it, although I will say that C# is kind of like in the middle of all the languages. It's the most mid language. Let's say it like that. It has type safety, it's not like Python or JavaScript, which is great, and but still it's not low level as like other languages like C and C++. So you can't shoot yourself in the foot with memory, and you can't shoot yourself in the foot with types, which is pretty good to have. And another thing which is good about C# is Visual Studio's IntelliSense, especially Visual Studio. But I have been recently using Rider, which is pretty good as well. But yeah, it really can help you code and get out of your way. But also, I have to say that C# is just it's the language I use the most because I've been using it for 10 years. So I want to say that it's the language I have the most experience with. Okay, so before we begin, I want to mention that I made this game yugodot a long time ago. This is completely unrelated to Odin. But yeah, I made this game yugodot like 3 years ago or something like that, where I wanted to try Godot for the first time to see what it is like, and it's this little racing game. Well, you just have like one car and you just drive around and try to set the best laps. Not the best laps, but it is a lap, but it's actually like a rally, like a point-to-point thing. But anyway, I just wanted to mention this because a few days ago, I actually open sourced it. So it's actually on GitHub. You can find it here, Nathke yugodot. So. And the cool thing, what I did is I converted all FBX to GLTF assets because Godot doesn't really support FBX anymore because it's proprietary. And I also converted the C# to GDScript because C# is kind of hard to set up on some systems. And a friend of mine who was helping me, Petar, if you're watching, hello. If you're not, maybe we'll see it later. Yeah, he was setting up, he wanted to use Godot on Debian, which is, yeah, and then he had a problem compiling C# scripts. So I was like, yeah, let's just convert everything to GDScript because then it's cross-platform. You don't have to think about, whether you have the C# runtime or the dev kit or anything. And cleanup project from unused, yeah, I had a lot of junk in it. Currently learning Godot 4, yugodot will help. And by the way, also, yesterday or 2 days ago, I can't remember when, I actually started a new branch, converting it to Godot 4.3. So there, you say, Charles Burry says here, thanks for this, I'm currently learning Godot 4. So you can actually use this branch, Godot 4, and get it, and it actually works. I didn't put this tag check mark to true, but it should be check mark to true. Oh my god, I sound like a real programmer. Yeah. I didn't check this. That's what I wanted to say. Just forgot that. Okay. Anyway, yes. Wait, there were some messages in the chat. Okay, yes. Marvelous. There you go. So yeah, in Godot 4.3 you can actually load it, and it totally works. It totally works. I don't want to start it now because that's gonna take forever, and I'm just gonna be playing it and not and not using it. Okay, so let's go into my projects folder. Okay, well, first of all, I have no idea how to even install this, right? It says download, but maybe I don't know. Does the VS Code have an LSP? Release requirements. Odin needs MSVC compiler and Windows SDK. What? You can download. Make sure to at least desktop device. Really? Do you have to have MSVC compiler? Wait, is this for building or is this for using Odin? I have no idea. macOS, others. Install Clang. Okay, well, I guess you need to have a C++ compiler. From source. Okay, so this is, I guess, just using Odin. There are 3 main ways of getting Odin. Official releases for downloading the latest monthly. From source. Package managers. Okay. Let's try the official release. The latest release. Okay, let's do latest release. I don't know. New language features. Okay, let's try this. Windows. And it does require MS. I mean, I guess I have the SDK, but I don't know if this is for building or is this for using. Just download the Odin pre-built exe. Yeah, that's what I just did. Okay, so I guess this is it, right? And let's put it in the install somewhere. Okay, let's just do it here. I'm just gonna do an Odin. Oh wait, I already have Odin. Did I make it before? Did I try it before? First, I already tried it. 2022. Wait, I completely forgot. What the hell? I already tried Odin? I had no idea. I completely forgot about it. Maybe I did it for like 2 hours, because obviously this is called first, and I guess there's nothing in it. Huh? No, I can't even. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna drop Odin in here. Let's do Odin. Odin. I completely forgot. I think, I definitely didn't use it for anything, right? So, I saw there was Raylib being unpacked. Okay, let's do then. I guess this is the second. Let's just do a stream or something instead. Okay, I guess All right. Well, I don't know if Odin has any kind of project manager that you can open. Like Zig does. Like you can go like Zig init. I have no idea. Do I trust the authors of this empty folder? I'm not sure. Okay, I just want to see like what did I do here first. Okay, let me see if I did anything. Oh wow, I just stringy thing. Odin debug. Print. I guess I just printed some lines and that's it. And I deferred something. And that's it. You see. Well, this was the extent of how much I used Odin. Okay. So obviously I don't know anything. Still. Okay. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Does it have any kind of a... Obviously, I don't need a MSVC because I already read it before. Right? So let's just say... Okay, well, can I do like... Okay, I'm gonna do... I don't know. Do we do like main.odin? It should be called main or something else. And it doesn't say anything about any extensions. Okay, so let's see. I guess we have some Odin extensions, right? That I can use. Odin language. How official is this? There are no official ones, I guess. How many downloads? Okay, 11,000 downloads. So I guess this is the one. Odin language server. Not bad. All right. So new version of Nightly is available. Requires reload. Oh, okay. So you can download. I don't know what happened. No OLS config file in the workspace folder. Do you wish to create one? Sure. Code LLDB platform package installing. My god, it's now gonna open. Okay, schema, enable document symbols, enable hover, enable. Okay, cool. It actually has configuration for the LSP. Okay, so let's see. Okay, getting started from source. Okay, let's code something. Getting started. No, there's no got stuck. Well, this has nothing to do with getting started to code. This is like getting started to install. Getting started. Okay, what's next? Check our Odin overview. Yes, this is it. Okay. Hello. Oh, this is the one that I used. Okay, so you have package main. That's how it starts. I'm sorry if you can't see. I keep forgetting that I need to resize for the stream. Okay, let's see. By the way, I have a bit of things in the chat, so let me read it. Doesn't matter what it's called. You just run Odin, run my file Odin or something like that. Okay. So let me... do I actually have Odin in my path? Maybe I even do. No. Okay. So we're just gonna fetch it from... Oops. I'm gonna do it like this. Odin exe, I guess. Is that the one? Yes. Cool. Okay. So we have Odin exe. And you say run, right? So what if we run the Odin run? What if we do the empty file? Takes a package as its first argument. Did you mean file or something like that? Okay, maybe that's not it. So what's the killer feature? Good OpenGL and Vulkan integration. Compiled to C. It has a good built-in vendor library for OpenGL Vulkan at etc, but its killer feature is simplicity. So it's the same killer feature as Zig. I can't not compare it to Zig. Okay. Okay, so you need to have the package. Let's do package. Okay, let me resize again. Package main. Okay, and by the way, expected identifier after package. Okay, cool. So nice to see that errors work right away. Okay, then we have import. Ah, nice. Core dot core dot core dot core dot core dot shared dot base dot vendor dot base dot core dot core. Okay, obviously it's not giving me more things to import. Core, oh, it's colon. Oh, it's not code, it's core. And it's not giving me suggestions. Okay, or did it core? No, there's no suggestions. Okay. So, it's not a dot. It's simpler as than Zig. Okay. Interesting. You say it's simpler. I think that Zig is pretty simple. Okay, so I guess these are functions, right? Proc. Okay, you need to have proc. FMT print. Oh, and there's no suggestions. Print line, and then you say something. Okay, let's try this. And are there semicolons or not? There are no semicolons. Oh my god. Error. Takes a package as its first argument. So I guess that's not it. Odin run dot. Okay, so maybe it's just dot. Something is happening. Something. There it is. We got an exit. And it's pretty fast. Okay, that's good. The run command compiles the Odin file to an executable and then runs that executable after compilation. If you do not wish to run the executable, blah, 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 build, you can use the build command. Or you can use, oh, you need the file thing. Okay. So that's how it does. But dot, I guess, means everything. For the current directory. Okay, for the current directory. Comments. Okay, comments are normal. Strings. This is a character, I guess. Okay, so how do you do variables? Numbers. Okay, you just do like, there's no var or anything. You just do a equals 1. Can you do that? Equals a plus b. And then can I just do fmt println c? Is that going to work? Whoops, sorry. Nope. Okay. Undeclared name a. So you do need to have some kind of declaration. As far as I remember. Oh, right. Actually, this is how you define values, right? Right? Yes. That actually worked. That's not bad. By the way, what are you saying? You need to install the Odin language server for proper autocomplete. But I did actually install, no? It did work. Maybe I need to restart. Let's restart. Sorry for this flashbang. Anything? Odin cannot be found in your path environment. Oh, okay. So maybe that's the problem. Okay, I need to edit the path. Yeah, let me put it in the path, actually. Change, edit the system environment settings. Okay, let me just do that quickly. Path. For Notke or for the system? Which one are we gonna use? Alright. So it was projects Odin. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, let's try again. Relaunching VS Code. No complaints for now. Let me go back. Yeah, it seems to be working. Okay, so what if I say now? Oh, there's more suggestions now. Is there maybe build on save like in Zig or something like that? Because this obviously shouldn't be working. Let's rebuild. Okay, that works. This thing shouldn't work. Undeclared name C, yes. I like the error messages. They're very brief. Sometimes in Zig there can be verbose. Like there's too much information that nobody cares about. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so a float literal, but it can be represented by an integer without precision loss. Interesting. Yeah, what about variables which are like you have a float. Well, let's call it a float. And it's something something, right? And I guess it is going to be assumed to be a float, but what kind of float? Does it have a type of or something? Type of f. Let's see. There's no type of. Type of too few arguments. Expression. Expression of type. Too few arguments for type of. Expected one got... Oh, wait. Did I forget to put f inside? Cannot assign f64 a type to a procedure argument. Interestingly, that I found out what the float is. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so I guess maybe the problem is that this is not a string, or it doesn't, it cannot convert to a string or something. Do we, as a species, need more programming languages? Yeah, I don't think we need, but okay, let's see. Maybe they are cool. So, okay, so I guess this won't work, but at least we found out that this is at F64, and I wonder why. Why is F64 the default? But I guess you can cast it to F32, right? This is how you do it, in between. F32, yes, cannot assign F32. Cool, okay, we figured out something. Odin fills a niche, so why not? Yeah, float as F128. Yeah, does it have it? 128. Undeclared name. No, it doesn't have it. Aha! There it is. Odin is worse than Zig, because Zig has it. Does Odin have F80? No! You see, Zig has F80. Okay, well, who cares? Okay, does it have a half? I hope it does. Okay, it does have a half. It's just I don't know how to print a type. Anyway. Does it have F8? That's a good question that nobody asked me. Undeclared name. No, there's no. It does exist, but it's ridiculous. Okay, anyway. Float as, yes, it gave you a suggestion to use type ID of. Ah, okay. So, type ID of. So what's exactly the difference? I don't know. So stream type ID of. I don't know. Let's see. Undeclared name. Oh yes, of course. I can't do an F. Yeah, let's do F32. Something that I know. Nope. Expected a type for type ID of. Type. Okay, maybe I need to do a type of F and then type ID. Oh, there it is. It actually works. You need to type of and type ID of. Yeah, you wrote it. Yeah, I figured it out because this gives you a type and this gives you a string or something like that. Oh, a type ID, and I guess type ID is stringable, or how do you say it? Okay, so there we go. We have figured out how to make things. Okay, so structs. No. Struct A. No. Expected a statement. Okay, do you say A declared as struct? Yes. Is this it? And then you say, okay, let's do a vector 2, a classic one. Vector 2, x is a float. And then we're going to do y is a, oh, no, there's no float. There's F32. Is this how you do it? I'm just blindly writing this, but I wonder if this is going to work. Let's see. It compiled. Okay, so maybe this is how you do it. Let's create a vector. Vec of type vector 2. Expected an operand. Okay, I don't know. Nothing? Can you do this? Can you do it like in Zig or something? Whoa, it actually compiled. I already know Odin. I definitely didn't know this. Okay, even if I figured out that I wrote Odin 2 years ago, I definitely didn't know this. So I guess I just figured out how you write structs, which is not bad. Okay, so can you write it like this? Let's do 1, 2. You can. Okay, well, I hope that this is not some kind of a conditional compilation, and now it's not gonna work. Print line. Let's try printing a vector. My God, it works. Okay, this is simpler than Zig. Okay, so I guess I figured out how to do structs. And can you do like x equals y equals? You can. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, the problem in Zig is that you always have to do this, even if it's like a vector. This is a little bit annoying. And yeah, you can't in Zig. Yeah, I don't mind the dots. Okay, the dots are not the problem. The problem is actually that you can't write it like this. That's something I like in C++, that you can just initialize with the numbers of arguments. Not bad. Okay, but I think that Odin has built-in things as well. 4 statements. Okay, let's see 4. Okay, let's see. Exported names. Private. Private cannot be accessed. Authoring a package. A package is a directory. Yeah, this is interesting because this is also what I heard before, that Odin actually uses directories for code files instead of like Zig. You have in Zig you import a file and the file becomes a struct. So basically every file is a struct, but you have to specifically import it. It's not just a directory. So a better thing in Zig, I think, is that you can basically cyclically reference things. You cannot reference things. I don't know. I wonder if you can actually reference things. in a parent folder in Odin. Have the same package declaration at the top. Yeah, and then it kind of becomes... Yeah, I don't know. This could be a bad thing and a good thing as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, what happens if you do nothing and then print it? Vector is 0. So is everything 0 initialized in Odin? I think so. I think it is. If you learn Odin, you should learn a bit about how allocator system works. It's really interesting. Actually, that's one more thing that I heard about Odin. That Odin has... well, in Zig, so comparing to Zig, right? Because I have to do it. I just have to compare everything with Zig. In Zig, you have to explicitly pass allocators around. You have basically anything that allocates memory, you have to pass it an allocator. I think that's not the case in Odin, but it still has allocators. Okay, let's find allocator. Let's skip all this gibberish. Who needs control loops? Branching, blah blah blah, parameters, named arguments, named structs. Okay, there it is. No, named results. Named results. Named results. Okay, that's strange. What is a named result? You can return values in Odin may be named. What the hell? They are treated as variables defined at the top of the procedure, like input parameters. What? Wait a minute. Why? What does it have to do? X is input return. Wait, I'm confused. Why would you name a return variable? Treated as variables defined at the top of the procedure. All right, so you do this, right? You return two ints, like input parameters. A return statement without arguments returns the named return value. Naked return statements should only be used in short procedures. Naked returns. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what it is. It's like an out parameter in C#. Right? You define out x, and then if you define it in the procedure, you can just return. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this actually, because you're looking for returns. And then when you see a return that has nothing in it, you're like, what the hell? It feels to me less readable. Yeah, this is a strange choice. Anyway, it's default initialize. Does Odin have the string types? Odin has its own string type, but also supports C strings, as far as I remember. Yeah, okay, let's look for strings, actually. I am interested in strings, but let's do allocators then. String and character literals. Okay, string literals are enclosed. Let's not search. Special characters are escaped with a backslash. Okay, that's normal. And you have lengths. But can you put a string? My string equals, yeah, defines as whatever something, right? Can we do that? My string. Well, yeah, but the question is this some kind of a... Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, this makes sense. If this is a literal, then it's easy. But what if it's not a literal? What if it's... Can I, like, concatenate strings with, like, whatever else? Okay. Well, you can... I guess you can concatenate constants, string literals. Okay, but what if I want to change... Okay, now we need loops. For I in 10. Now I was writing GD script, so I got used to this. My string plus equals a. I keep writing the semicolon. Yeah, of course. You don't write it like this. Cannot iterate over 10 of type untyped integer. What if you do a range? This is not how you define a range. Is this how you define a range? For ranges are not allowed. Did you mean less or... Oh, it requires you to do ... less or ... equals. Interesting. Okay, let's do ... less. Mismatched types in binary expression. My string versus int. All right. No, I actually didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a string, not a type. String concatenation is only allowed with constant strings. There it is. So you can't concatenate because these are literals. This is a string literal. Okay, so I guess it has some kind of a string class. There must be something stringy or not. Does it have strings? Let's see. Odin string. Maybe it doesn't have package strings. Well, if it has a string package, I guess then it doesn't have. It doesn't have its own like. Yeah, what I'm thinking about is like std string, right? Like in C++. So I guess that doesn't exist, but it does have string literals, which is okay. Okay. Let's go into allocators. We're gonna skip everything. So you see, I already figured out that you can actually do this. That's actually pretty cool. Like I figured out the whole language. Not the whole language, but I mean that you can do an in, which is nice. This is a lot readable than Zig, I have to say. I'm not a huge fan of Zig syntax, but it does start making sense after a while. Oh my god. Closed interval, the upper and denotes a half open interval. The upper limit is exclusive. Oh, I see. This is it. But it's just written in mathematical notation. This is weird. Why would you write it down like this? Anyway, the first Google results had it. Did it? What? Odin string. Well, this is it. This is the first Google, which is the same thing as overview. That's the overview. That's the thing that I'm using here. What? Map string. What is this? Map values created by reference. Okay, that's interesting. You know what? Yeah, let's before allocators, let's do arrays. What are arrays like? It has built-in dynamic arrays. Address of operator. For an operator, the address operation generates a pointer. Okay, so it also has pointers. Must be addressable, meaning that either a variable pointer in direction or slice or a field selector or an array index operation of an addressable. Oh my god, this is so wordy. For any operation, pointer type, the pointer in direction denotes the variable of type t pointed to by x. This will be a segmentation fault. Attempt to evaluate. So this is the dereference, I guess, right? Let's see. A pointer to A is going to be this, right? And then if I want to change it, I need to do a house, a roof operator, and put it to 10 or something like that. And let's then print A, right? Did I now change A? Nope. Undeclared name pointer. Oh, right. I need to declare like this. I keep forgetting. String concatenation. Yes. I'm not gonna do string concatenation for now. Yes, okay, so this is how it works. Right, this is good. You take a pointer to A, and then you can dereference like this. Right, but what if I dereference? Can I do this? Yes, cool. It has a pointer. 0x. Cool. Nice. In the summary of the Google result. In the summary of the Google result. The Odin string type stores the pointer to the data and the length of the string. C string is used to interface with foreign libraries. That's what you meant. I guess. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so we got the pointers work like this. That's cool. Can I store a pointer to in a struct? I guess I can. Right? What if I take like some kind of a parent vector 2, and then I have, how do you write a type? Is it like this? No. Is this the type? No. Is this the pointer type? No. How do you do a pointer type? Address operator. Yeah, address operator. Wait. For, okay, so it is like this, no? Expected a statement. Okay, I guess that's not it. You can iterate and slice by references. So how do you store? Oh, it has reverse iteration. Nice. With a reverse. Oh, what is this? Hashtag reverse. Is that like a built-in, or is that like some kind of a tag? It's weird. Okay, I don't know what the hashtag statements are. Can you do like other hashtag statements? Aha, align, any int, assert. Yeah, so these are like, how do you call this? Decorators. In C++, you have these like double brackets. In C# you also have like you know, property, whatever, like this. So I guess this is some kind of a decorator, right? If this is the thing. Byte pointer exists. Or is that like a precompiler macro or whatever? Oh, what? Whoops. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Partial switch. The first statement. Cool. Okay, I understand that from Zig. When statement. When is when statement is almost identical to the if. Each condition must be a constant expression. Okay, so when is evaluated at compile time. Not bad. Branch statements. Break. That makes sense. Continue. Fall through. You can intentionally fall through. That's pretty cool. Instead of using break everywhere like in C++ or C#. Procedures. So a procedure is something that can do work, which some languages call functions or methods, but we're better, so we we call it procedures. It's yeah, it's weird. Like, why not call it just a function? Anyway. Okay, parameters. Procedures can take 0 or many arguments. Multiply two integers. Okay, are they const by default, like in Zig? When they share a type, you can omit the other type from the previous names. Continuing the C family tradition, everything in Odin is passed by value rather than by reference. Cool. So that means, well, it's not const, I guess, in that all procedure parameters are immutable values. It differs from C++ tradition. That's great, because Zig also has that. And I love this feature. I love that all parameters are actually const by default. Well, or let's say read-only, or let's say immutable. This allows for numerous optimizations. Yes, it definitely is contextless. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great choice. Passing a pointer value makes a copy of the pointer, not the date it points to. Makes sense, right? It's great. So if you want to change the value, you just pass it as a pointer. Totally makes sense. I really love that. Okay. C++ is super bad with this because it can be, you know, it has optimization stuff that can optimize for, you know, whether it's constant or not. But, you know, when you make everything constant, it's easy. It makes sense. And it actually is simpler for the compiler. Okay, so multiple results. We talked about this. Default values. Create window. Procedure may be easier to use it if provided. Okay, create window. I guess this is from... What? Does it have a create window by default? No, it's not. This is probably raylib or something. Yeah, and I still have no idea how to define pointer types. Basic types. Okay, let's see. Integers, endian, specific, F16, F32, F64. There it is. It doesn't have F80 or F128. Rune. A rune is a signed 32-bit integer represent a unique code point. Interesting. I like the word rune because it goes with Odin. Strings. Okay, so it has a string and a C string. Raw pointer. Oh. Raw pointer. Runtime type. Oh. My phone is ringing. Okay, I can't answer right now. Sorry about that. Okay. Pointer to F32 is roof F32. Oh, really? Didn't I try that? Oh, there it is. Okay, I guess I tried this. All right, so this is it, right? It makes sense now. Okay, yeah. I like that it's like the roof is like pointer, I guess, points to, but I don't know. It's almost, yeah, I mean, it's even slightly easier to type because it's a bit closer. I mean, the star is like shift 8. The roof is shift 6. So on a US keyboard. All right. So yeah, this works. Right? I can have a vector. Oh yeah, by the way, if you put now 1, 2, right, in the vector, and you print a vector, what it's going to say, I guess it's just going to put a null pointer inside here. Right? Too few values in structure literal. Expected 3, got 2. Interesting. Interesting. So it doesn't allow you to not initialize vector type structs, I guess. So what if I just put 0? Is it gonna compile? No. Cannot convert untyped value 0 to vector. So you cannot convert to a pointer. Okay, I guess we need to find out how to do pointer literals. How do you cast? Can you cast like pointer vector to like this, like a C type C cast? No. Cast, no. Cast. Well, cast is a keyword, seems like. I don't know. Anyway, I invented a new keyword. Hacking rune. As. Okay, you use as, just like in Zig. Like this? No. How is it used? As. No. Do you use it like in C#? You put it after. As. Oops. No. Okay, can I do like whatever 33.1 as F32? Does that work? Can I convert it to F30? No, I can't. Okay, so there's something else. No, I'm guessing. Oh, you are guessing. Okay, I thought it was. Zero values. Variables declared without an explicit... I guess we're going to find out how to cast. Oh, there it is. The expression t converts the value. There it is. So I was close, but I thought it can't be that. So you need to do a type and then do this. Right? Yeah, that's it, but this is not defined. Okay, so I guess I need to do, can I do that? Cannot cast 0 as vector 2, but this is not vector 2, this is a pointer of vector 2. So I guess that's not how you do it. Cannot represent the type vector 2. Okay, can I do... Okay, what if I do null? No, nil. Let's try nil. Is it gonna work? Okay, so that works. You can cast a null pointer. That's how you do it. Okay. I'm pretty sure the no value for a pointer is just nil. There it is. I wrote it before reading. If only compiler could tell how to convert the type. But yeah, interesting that you cannot convert. But how would I convert any integer into a pointer? That would be an interesting question. Anyway, type conversion or with type inference. Aha, you can do this as well. Okay. Unlike C, assignments between values of different type require an explicit conversion. That's good. Cast operator. So there is a way to cast things. The cast operator can also be used to do the same thing. Ah, there it is. So cast F64I. Oh, right. So maybe I can do cast vector 2 0. Will this work? No. Cannot cast 0 from untyped integer. Okay, so I guess you can't do that, but I could probably cast a nil or something. But yeah, it would be interesting to do, like, you know, I want a pointer 1 to become this. I guess I can't do that. Read all the error message. Okay. Wait. Suggestion: for an integer to be cast to a pointer, it must be converted to UI pointer for... There you go. I didn't read the rest of the message. I'm sorry. This is interesting. Okay, there, yeah, that's actually cool. That's why you said if only compiler could tell how to convert a type. Okay, I guess that was a joke. Yeah, I didn't understand it until now. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it needs to be converted to, so I can do like UI wind purter. Wow, that's a wording. It has stopped. Okay, so no, it works. What? Wait a minute. It has compiled, but it didn't print the vector. What the hell? What? Why does it stop here? Did I manage to... Is this a bug? Is this a bug? Maybe I don't need to cast it. No, you have to cast it. This could be a bug. Why doesn't it print line? It doesn't even say anything. It doesn't give me an error or anything. It just hangs there. That's strange. Maybe it's segfaulted. Yes, but why? When I'm not even using it. I'm not using... Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah, this should print the... Yeah, why doesn't it say segfault then? You know? That's strange. What if I do it like this? Okay, I'm gonna do nil here, but I'm not gonna print. It is strange. Yeah, okay, this works, but it is strange that I'm not even using this pointer. So why would it segfault if it did? Yeah, it definitely something happens here. Some bug happens there. Anyway, I have no idea what's happening. Why doesn't it proceed? And it doesn't say anything. Oh, by the way, does Odin have some kind of a debug modes or something where you can see more error messages? I have no idea. Transmute operator. Oh my god, transmute is a bitcast conversion between two types. Yes. So in Zig that's bitcast. Why use transmute? It's a strange keyword. This is again to doing the following pointer cast manipulations. Okay, yeah, you can get a pointer, then dereference, and then convert. Yeah, convert between the pointers and then dereference. Yeah, that makes sense. Printf may be trying to follow the pointer to make a prettier output. That's possible, yeah, but why? Why would it do that? I mean, when you put a nil, right? Because when you put a nil, it will just say nil, right? It's not gonna follow it. But yeah, I guess that's a special case. Parent nil. Yeah. So maybe it is true. Maybe it is trying to follow it. I don't know. Yeah, what if you actually have a value over there? Okay, let's make this into a vector. Vector 2. And I'm going to say that vector 2 is... It's a vector 2, which has, I don't know, 4, 5, nil. Let's do a 4, 5, nil. And then I'm going to link this one like this. Strange. Why does it say nil again? Why does it say nil again if it's actually pointing to... It's what? It's pointing to the vector 2. It shouldn't be nil. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, wait. I didn't read the whole thing. So yes, the parent is vector 2. Oh, the parent of this one is nil. Okay, so yes, it's completely true. You were correct. You were absolutely correct. Robot J. Yeah, so it's actually trying to follow the pointer to the next one to print it. That's what it did here. That is actually strange because if you reference two different vectors, that's gonna fuck up everything. That's gonna print forever. No? Like if I create a circular reference like this, if I say that parent is vec, now it's gonna fucking go crazy. Oh! It has actually not gone crazy. It has actually said there's an address. Interesting. So maybe it goes to... okay, maybe when it detects a loop, it stops. But maybe also it goes only one level down. That's another possibility, right? What if I have a vec3, right? And the vec3 points to vec2, and then vec points to vec3. What happens then? Oh. Is it going to output both? No. It only goes one level down. Okay, so there it is. It goes one level down. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Well, that's not bad, but the bad thing is if you have a bad pointer and then it fails when it tries to print. That's kind of strange. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to allocators, autocasting, string type. As previously mentioned, is this the other? That is just row pointer plus line. Core strings library was created to help dealing with strings. String iteration. Okay, well, but it's not actually yeah. C string, constant literal. Okay, so this string is not a constant literal. Okay, so yeah, the difference is that the C string doesn't have an ending. It has a zero termination, which is very explicit in Zig. Zero termination is the explicit type of the string. String type conversions. Copy alias. Okay, well, okay, let's. I'm going to. Well, this is actually going to be a kind of a short stream, actually. I didn't say this, but I'm going to go for maybe at most half a more hour. I want to see two things, important things. Okay, I want to see arrays and I want to see allocators. So let's do that. Let's skip to those things. Address operators. Okay, we figured that out. Advanced type, fixed arrays. Okay, there it is. Advanced types. Type alias. You can alias a name type with another name. Not bad. Assert. What does assert mean? Is it just like assert? Is it actually going to work? My int is int. Vec is vec2. That's probably not going to work, right? Because it's not compile time. It's not a constant boolean. Yeah. Oh, by the way, how do you do constants? Can you do constants? Const? No. Pi is 314. Can you do this? Is there a way to do constants in Odin? Undeclared name, of course. You have to do that. Yeah, it's not a constant boolean. So, because in Zig, if you have a const before your var, well, instead of the var, if you have a const, then it's actually going to be compile time resolved if it's not being changed, if it's not being set from a variable. Yeah, there is a little bit of guarantees that that's going to be compile time generated. Well, I don't know how it works in my const. Ah, so it's a different thing, right? This is a constant. There it is. I guess it just didn't throw an error. Okay, what if I say not? Aha, compile time assertion has failed. There it is. Okay, so yeah, assert works with constants. Nice. So these are constants. Cool. Nice to know that. Okay, let's go with fixed arrays. Yes, let's see. An array is a simplified fixed line container. Each element in an array has the same type. An array index can be integer, character, or enumeration. Interesting. So array's index doesn't need to be a number. An array can be constructed like the following. Okay, let's construct an array. Okay, array. Let's go like this. So you need to have a type parameter. So that's kind of very similar to int. Interesting. Wait a minute. It has ints, and it also has i32. Interesting. So you can just do this. What if I define less? Can I print line this array? Expected find values got 3. Yes. Can you do something like in Zig where you can infer value, the length? Index 2 is out of bounds for array literals. Index 1 is what? Cannot be used as a value. Oh, that's strange. It's funny that it says this cannot be used as a value and then goes on to say that index 0 is out of bounds. Okay, well, let's see. Ah, you can use question mark. There it is. So in Zig, you do this, right? In here, you say question mark. And it does it output an array? It does. That's cool. Okay, so there it is. It's pretty simple. Construct an array with designated initializers. Designated initializers. Oh, interesting. This is kind of cool. You can define the values. Built-in len proc returns the array's length. Okay, nice. Array access, that makes sense. No bounds check can be used to improve performance when the bounds are known to not exceed. Interesting. So you can say, just put a scope and say no bounds checking, please. Array programming. Odin's fixed length arrays support array programming. All right, so Odin's fixed length arrays support array oh, so you can actually, oh, interesting. So arrays behave like vectors, right? It's not like in Zig where you have to have the vector type. Interesting. So you can actually do, okay, if I have a vector 2, oh, how would you actually, can you actually add to a pointer? Can I do new, let's say vec sum is vec plus vec 2. Is it actually going to work? I don't think so. Oh wait, this is not, this is structs. Yeah, this is, oh, what am I talking about? These are, yeah, these need to be, yeah, I confused structs and arrays. Okay. So yeah, if I have some array 2, which is also like this, and then I can just, wait, let's do, yeah, and let's print array plus array 2. That works, cool. Okay, can you actually define an array in a different way? Like, can I do array plus, okay, let's try this. This should calculate it, right? Yes, okay, that works. What if I, okay, here's an interesting question. What about I16? Is it gonna work? No, mismatched types. Okay, so you cannot calculate I16 and I32. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, I do like the fact that it simply uses arrays as vectors. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. But then again, is it going to be simplified or not? That's a question. Because the reason why in Zig vectors are a special type. In Zig you can do vector and then define, you say 3 of I32s or something like that, right? And the reason why they're a special type, I think it's actually capital, I can't remember, is because they're simmed vectors. So they need to be aligned to the greater, like they will be, a 3 vector will be aligned to 4. 4 by 4, so 16 bytes. Yeah, so I'm not sure if these are aligned or not. That's a question for another time. Swizzle operations. Look at that. You can swizzle it. Let's try swizzling. So I guess let's try to print array. What is it? Oh, you say swizzle. Swizzle. Collapsed my microphone, as is classic. Collapsed, and you say swizzle array. I guess I can like reverse it like this, right? So it should give me a 3 to 1. as a println. 3, 2, 1. There it is. So yeah, swizzling means that you reorder the array. Array members. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of similar to how in GLSL you can use like ZYX if you want to rearrange them. I actually like this syntax, but I guess Odin doesn't have it. Wait, it does have that. Whoa! It does have shader syntax. Look at that. Implicit swizzle fields are available as XYZW or RGBA. Wow. Okay, that's cool. But that's very game development, you know. So this means that you can just grab a println array X. Is this going to work? Wow, it actually works. So you can grab a first element as an X. It is inferred that it's going to be X. Not bad, not bad. So what if I say array X equals array Y? Not bad. It became 2. And I guess the same is going to be with RNG, right? There you go. It actually works. That's not bad. But I guess it doesn't have UVT, right? It has RGB, like a GLSL and HLSL. I think they have UV as well. You can grab UVs as coordinates. Why raven, zebra, spider, and not fellow flocker, Eurogander? Yeah, exactly. My understanding is that Odin generally does a good job of auto-vectorizing those simple array methods to SIMD. And if not, there is a SIMD library. Okay, so there is a SIMD library. Cool. Okay, so yeah, swizzling, slices. Okay, let's not go into the slicing. I do understand the slicing from Zig as well. So basically, you can grab a pointer to a like a view into an array, I guess. Okay, but let's see. Does it have dynamic arrays? Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking. Dynamic arrays are similar to slices, but their lengths may change during runtime. Dynamic arrays are resizable and they're allocated using the current context allocator. The current context's allocator. Implicit context system. What the hell? Wait, what? In each scope, there is an implicit value named context. This context variable is local to each scope, passed by pointer to any procedure call in that scope. So there's actually a secret pointer going around, which we don't see. The main purpose of this implicit context system is the ability to intercept third-party code and libraries and modify their functionality. Oh my god, this sounds awful. Actually, you can inject code. One such case is modifying how library allocates something of logs or logs something. In C, this was usually achieved with the library defining macros, which could be overridden so that the user could define what they wanted. Yeah. However, not many libraries supported this in many languages by default, which meant intercepting third-party code to see what it does and to change how it does was not possible. Context. Copy the current scope's context. Context. User index. Oh, there's a secret user. Okay. Let's grab a context. Oops. Okay, let's do a C equals context. Wow, I can't write today. All right, and then you do C dot. There is the allocator. So I guess allocator is in this context. A logger, you can log random generator. Oh my god, temp allocator. And there's the user index or user pointer. Interesting. Allocator is And then I guess you can define a different allocator or something. Yeah, which I don't know how to do. But yeah, so, okay, if I understood correctly, context is the secret thing which is passed around into everything, which just exists as a state. Oh, yeah, this is some kind of a global state, I guess, of the program, which I'm not a great fan of. Yeah, I'm not sure if I love that. That there is this dangling context that exists always. Yeah, I don't know. Now I prefer the Zig's explicit allocators. But yeah, I guess you can easily hide allocators and stuff with this way. Okay, anyway, let's try to make a dynamic array. So you have let's call it a list. Classic. And what is it? Oh, you have to do dynamic int. I'm still confused what int is. Is int an i32? Along with the built-in proc len, can have a cap, which can be used to dynamic arrays capacity. Right, that makes sense. So it's kind of like a std vector or a list in C#. Appending to dynamic array. Okay, you create a dynamic int, and I guess it's initialized to 0, and then you can append. Oh my god. Wait, oh yeah, one more thing, right? I think that in Odin you cannot have member functions, right? Memfunc. Right? Expected a statement, expected a type. Yeah, I think in Odin you don't have member functions. So everything, you need to call everything by passing in a thing, a struct or something. Okay, let's try this append. So that's why the append is global. It's not like list append, right? It's actually append. And then you pass it a list, and then we append a thing, right? So instead of doing list.append, which would save us one character, we have to pass it as a. Okay, but yeah, the funny thing is the LSP has realized that we want to do this. Like, wow, that's actually funny. Like, you can do list dot assign at. Interesting. Inject at. Okay. So if we print this array, fmt println list. Okay, let's see. Println list. Yes, so it does have. Can you add more parameters? Yes, you can actually add more parameters. Interesting. Can I pass an array? Let's do array 2. You can't. Whoa, no broadcast. What is going? No procedures ambiguous call for procedure group append that match with the government arguments. Yeah, I don't think you can append an array, but maybe there is a way to add into append a slice. Append the slice. Appendicitis. I guess appending to a dynamic array. Yeah, I guess you can append. I see. You can append it with a. Oh, that's strange. That's a lot of dots. So I guess I need to do what? Dots, and then do array 2, and then this. Can I do that? No. In a variable procedure, you can only have one variable argument at the end. Oh, right. Well, I didn't. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not appending. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do this. And then, yeah, I wrote it at the wrong point, at the wrong location. No, even that doesn't work. No procedure so big as called append group with the given argument. So I guess you can't. Oh no, it's actually this. This is the problem. No procedure so big as call. Okay, so I guess you can't do that, or maybe it's you cannot mix up dynamic and static ints. I don't know. What does this exactly mean? Why is there two dots? That's what I'm confused about. Does this mean like unravel the array? There's no explanation of that. Just array, but even that didn't work. No. Wait, am I making mistakes somewhere else? No, this is it. This is where the mistake is. Inject assigned to a dynamic array. Okay, so you can inject below assigning a type to a specific index can be done with assign. The same as doing this. Okay, but yeah, I guess what happens here is that this is living in the heap, right? Right? Because otherwise, dynamic array wouldn't work. Can be deleted. Slices in dynamic arrays can be deleted with the built-in delete. What? Okay, I'm confused here. There's no automatic memory management in Odin. Okay, so you have to explicitly delete, right? You have to explicitly delete this list. Right? Is that what they're saying? So what I can do is I can defer delete list. Can I do list dot delete? No. Delete list. Oh, okay, this doesn't work. Let's just remove this. Oh, yeah. So I guess you need to clean up after you're done, right? I guess. Yeah, this, okay, I already don't like this because it's unclear what is allocated and what is not. Like, I like the short way of doing it with just dynamic. You have a dynamic and that's your list or whatever you want to call it, an std vector, an extendable array. But yeah, I don't know. It lives in a heap, obviously, and it's unclear. Removing, so there's a little bit of yeah, like in Zig, this is like the main mantra. No hidden control flow, no hidden allocations, right? And it feels to me like these are hidden allocations. So anyway, let's see. Append, removing from a dynamic array, ordered remove. Okay, there are, but yeah, when it comes to deleting, where is the, yes, this is it, with an explicit allocator. So you can provide an allocator, I guess from the context, that is the default allocator. But can you, let's see, can we reserve, okay, I don't care about that now. Small array, container dynamic array. The core library also contains a container. Small array, it implements most dynamic array procedures while being able to remain on the stack. Okay, cool. So this is like in Zig, this would be an array list, which is instantiated with the static fixed buffer allocator. But yeah, in actually, and there's also another thing that is called, I forgot, it's called bounded array. Yeah, in Zig, which is basically this, right? You can grow it, but it has a fixed capacity. Small array. Okay, so yeah, there is a small array. Enumerators. Yeah, I wanted to see what are some alternative allocators. That is the last thing I'm interested in. Bit sets, okay, pointers, we figured that out. Structs, we figured it out. Struct derivatives, what? Oh no, directives. Structs can be annotated with different memory layout. Okay, align, nice. Align to specific alignment, packed. You can pack them similar to Zig. Raw union, what is that? Share the same offset, 0. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the same as C union. But I guess Odin has some unions of themselves. Union in Odin is a discriminated union. There it is. So it needs to be tagged. So it's very similar to tag the union in Zig, I guess, or some type. 0 value of a union is nil. So union can be nil, which is interesting. Yeah, but it needs to have a specific type. Okay, which can be switched between, which is pretty cool. That's great. Union tags. Yeah, if you put a no nil, then you can have tags. Nice. Not bad. Maps. A map maps keys to values. So this is like a dictionary. The 0 value of a map is nil. Nil map has no keys. The built-in make proc returns an initialized. Yeah, it's interesting that Odin has like nil for everything or 0 initialized. Which I think is okay for games, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, my opinion so far is that Odin is very game specific. Because you can see that through. Yeah, you can see that with swizzling and well, the swizzling necessarily not, but yeah, the X, Y, Z and RGB, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool for us game developers, but I don't know, maybe not for general uses. Anyway, yeah. Modifying existing map slots need to be okay. Yeah, well, I don't care about maps right now, but that's cool to have as a language feature. Calling conventions. Okay, yeah, let's not go into this calling conventions. SOA data types. Okay, so you can create SOA types, which is a structure of arrays, which means that you define values as like instead of having like float int bool and then have structs which are like one next to each other, you can have float int bool bool basically, which is cool to have. But how do you actually define it? Struct. Okay, and then oh wait, there it is. Hashtag SOA. That's the one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try that some other time. Distinct. Works with arrays of length less than 4, which have the explicit fields. Interesting. Okay. SOA struct slices and dynamic arrays. Fixed length SOA types can be sliced to produce SOA slices. Interesting. So you can actually slice a SOA, which is a bit complicated because you will have things jump around. You will have to have a stride that you like jump over to get the next value, I guess. So that's what makes them different. Zip and unzip. Only achievable. Zip is a built-in procedure which allows the user to treat multiple slices as if they are part of the same data structure, usually the browser. Okay, I don't understand. What's zip with the normal slices passed? Not actually sure what this means. To recover the slices from a SOA slice. Matrix types. Oh, two-dimensional types. Interesting. That's something that Zig doesn't have. Mathematical type built into Odin. That's nice. Okay, so yeah, you have to define it with matrix. Interesting is that it's not an array. It's like a special matrix type. Interesting. Scalars. And matrices support multiplication, which is pretty cool. Content-wise operations. Nice. Cool. That's cool. Technical information. We're going to read that other time. Okay, I'm going to leave in 10 minutes. I just want to try how to subtype polymorphism. What? It is possible to get subtype polymorphism similar to inheritance-like functionality. But without the requirement of vtables or unknown struct layout. So wait, you can actually extend. Using can be applied to arbitrary many types. Using entity. So I guess you can extend the frog with the using statement. Ah, I see. So you can use the frog. Okay. This is strange. I can already see edge cases where Oh, RoboJ here says your arrays are I32 and list is int. Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe I was trying to. Oh, so there's a difference between I32 and int. I didn't know that. Okay, is int a long? What is actually int? I didn't even figure it out. Okay, anyway. Yeah, let's talk about frogs. So yeah, I figured out that you can call a function on a struct, even though this one doesn't have a proc function, right? But it does have a, it is an entity, which you define it by, so it's basically like you're importing, oh my god, this is kind of upside down. This is kind of upside down because you cannot, right, in Odin, you don't have member functions. But you can actually inject all the possible things that you can do with this thing by using the using keyword. Okay, this is kind of weird, but I get it. I get what the point is, right? You can do polymorphism. You could have multiple different types. You could have a horse struct. It also uses entity. And then you can call a foo on a horse. That's actually not a bad idea. I think the idea is pretty cool. But, yeah, I already have a problem with, because it's like propagating, it's basically using a namespace, right? And it could have, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Using fields can still be referred by name. Okay. Yeah, well, this would need to be like used, and yeah, I would need to use it and see what it is like. Or else expressions. Or else is an infix binary operator that allows the user to define default values for certain expressions with optional okay. Ah, wait, so it has optionals? All right, well, it has optionals because it has nils, right? So if it's not okay, oh my god, this is a weird syntax. Okay, if not okay, the above can be mapped to or else. I see. So if this one is nil, use this. Or else I 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I see. I see. If this one doesn't exist, because this will return a nil. Yeah, if this is nil, then or else. Well, yeah. Basically, Zig has the same thing, except there it's called or else without the underscore. Or return. Okay, it has also or return. Interesting. Interesting. Will work by popping up the end value in a multiple valued expression, checking whether it was not nil or was false. Set the end return value to value if possible. Ah, I see. So it's kind of like an or else, but used as a return. Not bad. Or continue. It's the same thing. Interesting. Or break. The same thing. Conditional compilation. Right. Okay. Well, let's skip that. Oh, we're already at like 70%. Probably everything else is completely explicit context definition. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see the allocators. And then let's see. Procedures which do not use the Odin calling convention must be explicitly assigned a context if something within its body requires it. Runtime default context. Okay, so it has a default context. Here's another example of setting an error callback for vendor glfw. Interesting. So you can define a context and set this as an error callback. I see. Oh, this is how you do logging. That's an interesting idea. That's something I find really interesting. Yeah, it has logging. Nice, built-in. Foreign system. What? It is sometimes necessary to interface with foreign code. Okay, so this is like extern. In Odin, this is achieved through the foreign system. You can import a library into the code using the same semantics as a normal import declaration. Foreign import name, which can be used as associate entities within a block. Interesting. You can import these into Odin. Okay. But can it actually include C, or I don't understand what this have C decal convention. Does this mean you can import C like in Zig? I'm not exactly sure. Using a vendor library, yeah. Well, here I realized that I need at least two streams for Odin. I kind of wanted to pack everything into one. But yeah, next time I'm going to try to use a vendor library. Let's try making a little game. Not with glfw, but maybe with Raylib, because I've seen that Raylib is in the vendor library as well. You scrolled past allocators. Oh, did I? Int is register sized. Oh, I see. I64 on most platforms. I see. Foreign links to lib or DLL type files. I see. Yeah, I scrolled past allocators. Let's see. There it is. Allocators. Odin is a manual memory management based language, which means Odin programmers must manage their own memory allocations and tracking. To aid with memory management, Odin has huge support for custom allocators, especially through the context system. So yes, context. It's this kind of a hidden state of the program, I guess, which we need to set. The built-in types of dynamic arrays and maps both contain a custom allocator. This this is a hidden allocation right there. This allocator can be either manually set, or the allocator from the current context will be assigned to the data type. All allocators in Odin are preferably done through allocators. The core library of Odin takes advantage of allocators through the implicit context system. Following call. You can new a thing, which will allocate on the heap, is equivalent to new int context allocator. Yes, I get it. The allocator from the context is implicitly assigned with a new. The implicit context stores two different forms. Temp allocator, both can be reassigned to any kind of allocator. However, these allocators are to be treated slightly differently. Okay, so there is a context. What allocators for general allocations subsystem? Okay, temp allocators for temporary and short-lived allocations. Once per cycle. Okay, so can I actually define? Can I use a temp allocator? I guess you can. Right. So new int. Okay, can you do a dynamic int with an allocator? Can you pass it like there? Temp allocator? No, you don't do it like this. Okay, so I don't know how exactly you define it. Do you do it like this? Maybe. No, you don't do it like that. Cannot cast temp allocator as int from allocator. Okay, maybe you need to do it like this. No. Okay. So how do you define an allocator to a dynamic? Allocates memory for a backing data structure of a sliced dynamic array or map. Okay, so I guess you need to do it like this. Make dynamic int 32. Yeah, make. There it is. Okay, well, RoboJ wrote it down. So it should be make dynamic and then wait, dynamic int or whatever, and then we can pass a context temp allocator like this, for example, right? Is this going to work? No. No procedures from biggest. Oh, maybe this is. Wait a minute. Append list. Append. Did I have an I32 here? No, I didn't. Well, let's do an I32 because I already did it before. Oh yeah, right. I need to assign it like this. It's not a type. There it is. Okay, that worked. And then I deleted it as well. Cool. Okay, so that's how you do it. It's a weird thing that you need a different syntax. Cool. Freeze the memory. Okay, wait a minute. Freeze the memory. But what does delete do? Delete deletes the memory, the backing memory of a value allocated with make or a string that was allocated through an allocator. Oh my god, I'm confused. Okay, so strings can also be allocated on a heap, I guess. So yeah, I guess free is for raw pointers, right? And delete is for the backing memory of a value associated. So it could be, yeah, I guess new clone allocates a clone of the value passed to it. Yeah, that makes sense. Tracking allocator. In the code collection, you'll find a tracking allocator that warns you if your program is leaking memory. Oh, so this is like a general purpose allocator in Zig. Basically the same thing, right? Let's see. Let's import core mem. Import core mem. And now what we can do, when Odin debug, interesting. Tracking allocator. Okay, so wait a minute. What is this? Track colon. This is not a colon. This is not a const. I'm confused. This is capital letters. Tracking. Oh, is this aliasing of a type? This is a type, right? This is a struct. Wait. Oh, okay. This is just defining a type. Oh, okay. This confused me. Sorry. Odin totally confused me. So this is you create a variable of type, right? Like you can just say I equals I32, right? That's the thing. You can just create a type. Yeah, this is it. So yeah, I'm confused because I was expecting to have some kind of an equals, right? But in Odin, you can completely avoid this. So it's like it's basically going to be 0 allocated. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. So this actually creates a variable of type tracking allocator, which is 0. Right? Oh, and then you have to initialize the allocator. So wait, you can actually access mem with a dot. So there is namespacing. Okay, so this is another confusing thing. Odin has namespacing, obviously, right? Because we have to mem dot a thing. But it doesn't have function methods. What I love in Zig is that structs and namespaces are basically the same thing, right? If something is in a struct, if a fn is in a struct, then you can just vector2 dot ada, right? So a namespace is not a separate thing. Yeah, if you have no parameters in a struct, then it becomes a namespace. But yeah, here it's a little bit weird because like you can actually namespace things, but I guess you only can namespace them in separate files, right? Tracking allocator. So tracking allocator init. Let's try. Okay, and then you have to provide it a memory location. Context allocator. Wait, why am I allocating my allocator with another allocator? So wait, is this like tracking allocator something that like childs an allocator? So it's not a separate allocator. It's not a type of allocator. I guess. Okay, this is weird. There's so much boilerplate. Track allocation map. Okay, but what happens if I just do this? Am I gonna get some kind of an error? No. Okay, so you need to print like explicitly things. Yeah, this is I don't know. This is kind of confusing. This actually makes it more complicated than Zig to me. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh, and by the way, this is deferring. If this is deferring, does it mean that it runs here? No, it probably runs at the end of the whole thing. And then this is confusing because this is a scope. If this is the scope, then it should run here. But obviously that's not the scope. I guess when does not create a new scope. Okay, another confusing thing. Yeah. So anyway. Anyway. Tracking allocator. Okay, so I guess you can just copy this and create an allocator, right? And I'm guessing I'm running in the Odin debug. Okay, so when, and this is not a statement. Okay, let's try to make an allocator. Make a list without destroying it. Let's call it leaked list. That's a new type. A type called leaked list. It's not a linked list, it's a leaked list. Okay. And that's going to be, what is it? Dynamic. And let's do I32s again. Okay, and then I'm going to append something into the leaked list. Leaked list. Let's append 2. Let's append 666 because we're evil. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's no errors. So maybe I'm not running in the debug context. Okay, let's remove the debug. Yep, there it is. So I was not running in the debug. I don't know how exactly to run it debug. Yeah, there it is. One allocation is not freed. Nice. 32 bytes. So it has detected that I have a dynamic leaked list, sorry. And 32 bytes, I'm guessing this is because it allocates 4 members at the beginning once you push. That's quite possible. Let's append more. And let's see. It should not free more. No, it's still 32 bytes. Interesting. How is that possible? 4. Let's do a for loop. Why doesn't it work? Okay. It's confused. Let's append before the 4. And let's do a for I in 100. No, it's not like that. It's, what is it? It's like this is the syntax, right? Something like that. And then we're gonna append more things. Leaked list, append 200, whatever. Expected an operand. An operand. Wait, is that how you do a for loop? Expected an operand. What? Okay, I have to find for loops. For nothing in. That's how you do it, right? Oh, you have to do a 0. Thank you, Kyok-sen. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see if it did not allocate more bytes. There it is, 480 bytes. So yeah, yeah, it is strange then that allocating more things into the leaked list was just had like 32 bytes. Okay, let's try allocating 4, 5. Yeah, 32 bytes. How is that possible? Because one number is 4 bytes. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm stupid. I can't do maths. Okay, so that means that allocating 8 would still fit, right? 8 by 4. And allocating 9. Oh, wait. Yeah, allocating 9 doubles it. Well, it doesn't actually double it. It more than doubles it. But it proves the point. Yeah, it triples it. It proves the point that yeah, that it's a dynamic list on a heap and it's being tracked. Interesting, but I don't know why this whole thing. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, you have to define the whole allocation thing. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, in Zig you have a general purpose allocator, and that's it. You just use the general purpose allocator and you can replace it. You can replace any of your allocators with it, and then you will get, out of the box, you will get memory tracking. Okay, I haven't seen the messages. Let me read them, and then I will slowly end. The first ever try of Odin, and let's do a little recap. Variable track of type tracking allocator. Yeah, I figured that out. Clap. I got a clap from Geek Pirate. Is vector 2 being modified? You can't tell as a method. You can't tell as a method. Well, what? I mean, you can. In Zig, it's very explicit if it is if it never changes, or it does, because you pass in a pointer. You have to pass the self as a pointer. Yeah, and Clockson here says it wraps the main allocator. Yeah, okay, so you can wrap, I guess, any allocator within this tracking allocator, which is not bad. Tracking allocator still allocates using the default allocator or any other if you wish, but adds tracking on top of it. That's an interesting concept, I have to say. RoboJ here says, if you ask the tracking allocator for memory, it needs to get that memory from somewhere. Here you're explicitly telling it to get that memory from context allocator. Okay, I see. Geek Pirate says, when is compile time? Yes, I figured it out. Run.debug. Oh, I see. You have to add a debug parameter argument. Tracking is not the default behavior because of the overhead. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But like, you will want to have tracking in a debug context. So I would still have the when. How did it look like? Where was that? Yeah, let's me not undo. I will just go for when Odin. Here, when Odin. Let's copy that. Oops, did I copy it? No, let's copy the whole thing. Like I would probably want to have this all the time if I was using it, right? Like I would probably, if I started making a project, the first thing that I would do is in the main, I would just copy this, right? And put it at the top so that I can track the references. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now when I compile it, it will not show anything, but if I do a debug, then there it is. Nice. Okay, cool. So we figured out a lot of things. Let's do a recap. We figured out how to define variables. Well, numbers. It's not exactly clear to me how casting works for variables, for numbers and stuff. But that's something that I'm gonna figure out as I use it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use it because I still prefer Zig. I do have to say. But yeah, I like that it's shorter when you have to define structs, right? You don't have to do dot everything, every parameter. Everything is zero initialized. I mean, that's a weird, strange concept. Like, you can't not have anything uninitialized. Yeah, so. And things are null by default as well. Yeah, that's also strange. But anyway, it's not strange. It's just like it removes a lot of possibility to maybe micro optimize, which again is micro optimization. So I don't know. I guess it's a good compromise. That's what I mean. I think Odin adds a lot of compromises, but I think these are all good compromises that make sense. I love the swizzling, but Zig also has swizzling. I just never used it. Okay, yeah. The thing is that at least in Odin, you can actually dot RGB and dot XYZ, which is pretty cool. Okay, so yes, when it comes to allocators, there's this context which has a lot of things, and I guess it's just coming out of somewhere weird. It's always in the program. You can define a random generator. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this implicit context. Yeah, I much prefer passing allocators in Zig. Even though it is boilerplate, I think it's more explicit, and I kind of like it. So yeah, and there it is. We managed to. It has built-in dynamic arrays. Yeah, which Zig has part of the library. It has an array list, which you need to give an allocator. But yeah, it's basically the same stuff. I mean, both languages can do everything, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I'm not sure if I am a big fan of not having member functions. Yeah, it is kind of nice that in Zig you can just go and then call a function from within your structs, right? And here you don't have that, but obviously there are namespaces because everything is fetched with, I guess, mem stuff lives in the mem namespace, like this one. So yeah, there it is. And I want to do another stream. And in the next stream, I want to try maybe Raylib and create a little game. I don't know, some kind of a 2D platform or something like that. Something that I can do with no shapes, just rectangles, something like that. Yeah, just to try out making it into a game, something dynamic and fun. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked it as well, the stream. Okay, and I don't know, what are your opinions? Do you like it? Do you like other languages? Using int equals dash dash dash. What? You can do what? I don't know. I wasn't reading the chat. You can only tell if it modifies using the function signature, but you can't tell just by reading it. You'd be forced to pass a pointer otherwise. Wait, what are you talking about? You can only tell if it modifies using the function signature, but you can't tell just by reading it. Vector2.foo. Dash that removes the zero initialization. Oh, okay. That's a weird way to put it. Interesting. So you can actually have no zero initialization. Wait, can I print that? Let's try to print something. Okay. Let's do it at the end. Yeah, let's do like an I32 of a dash dash dash. And then let's print that. What is it? FMT println A. Let's see what it says. The redeclaration of A in the scope. All right. Let's do G. It's still, wait, is that it? Is that the one? G. Can you append like this with multiple parameters? Yeah, so it actually is 0. Oh, maybe it's because it's in the debug context. Okay, let's remove the debug. It still is 0. Okay, well, I don't know. Even if we do it on a stack, it's 0. Even if we initialize. Yeah, maybe it's because it's on the stack. I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting. Jai does the same thing. You mean it has the same syntax? Dash, dash, dash? Okay. So about this, you can only tell if it modifies using the function signature. But you can't tell just by reading it. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Whether the struct itself is mutable or not. Is that what you mean? If you have a function, right? Because you have to pass it as a pointer. If I had something like sum. Let's call it sum, which is like proc. And then the proc takes in a vector 2. How do you define this? You say vec, right, this. And I'm going to return a vec x plus vec y. So let's do something like that. Let's do an FMT of some vec. Wait, yeah, it's called sum of a vector. And I don't have, oh yeah, I have a vec, right, somewhere. So this should be a 1, 2, it should be a 3. Let's see. Sum call does not return a value and cannot be used. Oh, I see. I forgot to add a return, which you have to do it like this, right? Wait, it's not an, it should be a, oops, it should be a float. So you have to define a float. Yeah, there it is. Okay, nice. So yeah, if I had it, let's say double, and in this case I cannot modify, right? I'm gonna have a void return, but I'm gonna say vec x by equals 2. I guess it also has vec y by equals 2. So this would not be possible because it's immutable. Cannot assign to vec, which is a procedure parameter. Yes. So I would need to pass it as a pointer. Well, I would need to pass it as a pointer. And then I would need to dereference it. This is how you do it, right? I think so. Or maybe I don't need to dereference. Cannot assign value vec of type vector 2 to vector 2 in the procedure argument. Oh wait, what am I doing? Wrong method. Well, wrong function. Sorry, I'm blind. Okay, so we are gonna do like this. But maybe like in Zig you don't have to do it. Maybe the dot dereferences by itself. Let's see. Okay, it has compiled. It has compiled. But yeah, let's see. Let's try to double and then repeat the sum. So double vec, and thing is we have to pass it as a pointer. Yeah, that's the first thing. You have to pass it as a pointer. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it worked. You don't have to define. You don't have to explicitly dereference it. All right. So it's passed as a pointer. You can tell the first is modifying vector 2 since it's passed as a pointer. Yeah, I see your point. I see your point. I see your pointer. Wrong function, that's sum. Yeah, and I think it auto dereferences, so you might not have to do. Yeah, I figured that out myself. The chat, by the way, lags like half a minute. So yeah, I figure out most of the things before chat folks like you write. But yeah, this is very similar in Zig. In Zig as well, you dot dereferences automatically. So what you're saying is that you have to explicitly pass it so you're sure that it's... Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's such a tiny thing, because if I did a vec double in Zig, I would still see that in the, when I would do the autocomplete would give me information that it is actually being passed as, because the first parameter is assumed and the first parameter is like a pointer, so that means that it's mutable. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean it's slightly more explicit to the user, slightly more explicit, but not by much. I don't know. The strange thing is that I'm surprised that Odin actually now that I talk about this, I'm actually surprised that you can dereference automatically. because that's removing a little bit of explicitness, right? If you had a vector 2, which is just a const, it would still work. Well, it wouldn't work because it's immutable. It's immutable. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that like in C++, you have the dereference operator like this. And in Odin and Zig, you both dereference and access the value, constant value, with a dot. Anyway, so yeah, there it is. I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna try making a little game, but frankly, I don't think that I'm gonna use it for anything bigger. Yeah. So here's what I want to try for the next time. I want to try to use the vendor library, right? So that I see that okay, I know that Odin has built-in packages that comes with the language, which is pretty cool. But again, it's kind of makes it more of a game dev thing. It's opinionated because it just chose the libraries and it integrated them into the language, which is a bit strange. But yeah, anyway. But in Zig you have packages now, so you can just get anything from Git if you want. Anyway, yes. So half a minute late. Okay, that's rough. Not having auto dereference is a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the C++ is the only C is the only language where you have to use a special character that I know of for dereferencing. People who have written C++ know the best. Yeah, well, I did also written a lot of C++. So, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a huge pain for me at least. But yeah, what I usually do in C++ when I do it, I actually convert it into a reference. If I have a raw pointer, I will convert it into a reference and then reference that with a dot, so that I don't have a dash arrow. And the reason for I like not using dash arrow because when you get the reference, then you're sure that if it's a null pointer, it will break there. It will break where this null reference is. And not where something you're trying to dereference somewhere randomly, right? Anyway, so yeah, so there you go. That's the stream. Well, see you next time. I don't know when. It could be tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I might try to make some kind of a platform with some physics. I don't know. It seems like a fun thing. I kind of can't wait to use these built-in vectors where I can just add and multiply. And yeah. Anyway, not a bad start. But yeah, mostly try to use the existing libraries and see how easy it is to make anything. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye. That was Odin. How long was that? 2 hours, 20 minutes. Not bad. See ya.